Secret number 2. All noise, words, sounds, in the purest form is energy that travels in the air that will affect your emotions. Every time someone says something to you mentally, ask yourself, how do you feel about the energy you just encountered? For you to develop your gift of intuition, you must understand a simple concept, that every word spoken out of a person's mouth brings energy. It brings positive energy. It brings negative energy. It will impact the person who's listening. Now that you understand that every word that is communicated brings energy, you can intuitively read the person by the words that they say. So let's say if the person comes to me and says, Master Prophet, I'm struggling in my life. My economics is struggling. My relationship is struggling. And I don't know what to do with my life and destiny. I'm in a real bad spot, and I do not know how to get myself out of this situation. When the person starts to communicate with me using his words, I'm looking at his words that are coming toward me as energy. And as I decipher this energy intuitively, I begin to notice that the problem is not that his money problems. The problem is not that he's having relationship problems. The problem is that his mother died a short time ago, and he's still grieving. And in his grieving, he's pushing all of those things away from him, that he's dropping the ball. So then I begin to say, man of God, I really perceive intuitively that there was a death of the family close to you that has affected you in this season. Then he begins to say, yes, Master Prophet, my mother died, and that was a really troubled time. Then I begin to explain to him, your money problems, your relationship struggles, your business manifestations that you're experiencing is due to the fact that you are hurting over your mother's death. And if you begin to acknowledge this, you begin to pray to her, and you begin to relieve yourself of this pain, all of those areas that you're struggling will go away. And then immediately the person's face will light up and realize that this was the connection that was bringing them struggles in their life. Now, how was I able to see this? Because the person is communicating that my problem is with my relationship. My problem is with my job. My problem is with my business. He's using words because in between the words, there is energy. And in the energy, I was able to reveal pain. You see, when a person goes through a dramatic situation of the loss of a loved one, it causes them to want to give up in life. So no matter how much money you make, you start to give up. And when you start to give up, you drop the balls. And then you begin to start having relationship trouble. You start to have money trouble. And you start to have all of these situations. Well, if you were to really understand that the money and the relationship struggles is not really the struggle, it's the pain that you don't want to deal with that's causing these manifestations.